Guys, deluded Guna, Arsenal 1, Östersunds 2. Yeah, let me say that again. Östersunds 2, Arsenal 1. Yeah, while we go through into Europa League, I believe now finally it's the last 16. I said last 16 the last time we went through in Europa League, but I needed to remember there's an extra round. We're out of the last 32. We're through. But because of what happened today, it left a sour taste in our mouth. And yeah, let's get into it. I'm tired of... I'm not here at this point to say I told you so. Because I'm not here to say I told you so. We can all see it. But what did you see me say in my preview? Don't just finish off the job. Be professional. Don't look too ahead to Sunday. You've got a professional job to do. Do not take them lightly. Go out there and win and yada, 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 etc. Arsenal have proven we do the wrong things. What actually we should do and what we actually do are two different things. First 10 minutes, more specifically the first 6 minutes, I believe Östersunds gave us a lot of chances as well. They let a few go away, but specifically talking about us specifically for a minute, the warning signs were there. You saw lax distribution from Ospina. Chambers holding, the whole back four got caught with misplaying passes. Some of our midfielders also did very early on. The warning signs were there a couple of times. They signalled a willingness to get at us today. What did I tell you, lot? They can't respect us too much. And they've obviously learned from that. They learned from that in the sense that, okay, they're Arsenal, they're world-class footballers, they get paid a lot of money, etc., etc., and I say world-class lightly. But F it, let's have a go. We've got nothing to lose. We're out. Fearless mentality. We might not play in a stadium as good as the Emirates again. That's not me to gas it up. That's the reality. They said F it. They had a goal. You saw their number 12, the winger, who eventually scored, going at it. You saw, their striker, Godos, or whatever his name is. I can't even say it. Going at it. You saw the guy they brought in on the flanks as well. That fake Fakir Donny, man. Like, they were moving mad. They were having a goal. We were giving chances. In the first minute, I will say as well, Wilshere didn't have the best of games. But in the first minute, he should have clipped it. There was a pass. If he clipped it first time, Mkhitaryan, who didn't necessarily have a good game, was free, was off. And in the first minute, we don't know what could have happened. They actually had a corner in the first minute, I believe. So yeah, it was just some nonsense. Like, you could see very early on, what I really was scared of is that we think ahead too much and don't respect the opposition. And you saw a complacency, damn right what I've been saying before, like I saw in the away game, arrogance because we're 3-0 up, because we think we can do this. They're having chances, but we're still 3-0 up. We're getting caught. There's not as much precision in the final third or even anywhere in the midfield as there should be. We're struggling. We're stringing 5 passes together, but there's no real quality, the actual quality and cutting edge. And you're thinking, okay, it's 3-0. On one hand, we can put the handbrake up and and take it easy, but we still have a job to go out there and do. In an ideal world, we should have went out there. Nelson couldn't have done any worse than some of these players. Neither could Eddie. Eddie and Ketcher could definitely have not done as bad as Welbeck could have played. And I like Welbs. I say that lightly, but yeah, we should have went out there, let some of these young G's play. These players there's players that started today that should be trying to kick on the doors and wanting to start the final, that are, whether they're first team players or rotation players or not. Man should have been out there with a point to prove. And on one hand, we could take it easy, kill the job. You get a 1 goal or 2 goal and it's done. It's done. Östersunds will give up at that point. Östersunds, sorry, they'll give up at that point. But it wasn't said. The likes of, I'm not even gonna dig out Maitland-Niles, because he was poor, but he weren't necessarily that poor. I think it was harsh of him to come off at half time, to be honest with you. And then he could have came off. He was just pouring forward, and if you're gonna go pour forward, at least pass the ball back. At least pass the ball forward. Don't pass it backwards. But El Nene's got more experience than him. The likes of Jack Wilshere, the likes of Iwobi and Danny Welbs, you're all first team players, but there's no definite. Well, I think Iwobi's injured now, but there's no guarantee you're gonna play on the weekend. You want to do everything. Holding in Chambers as well. Whether you're better than Mustafi, Koscielny, or whatever, or ahead of them in the pecking line order or whatever. Yeah, 4, 5, 6, however many players I just said. Even though we've won the game already, shouldn't you be doing your best to give Wenger a headache to think about going into Sunday? Okay, Iwobi, I was thinking of dropping him, but let me play him. Wilshere, I was gonna go ahead with Ramsey and Xhaka, but now you're in there holding. You played better. You played good in the last effort in the last final we went to. I was gonna go with Koscielny and Mustafi. Let me throw you in there. Chambers may be the same. You get the point. There was none of that. Damn right complacency. And what is worrying that on one hand a lot of these players haven't played, but on the other hand, what is going on? What happened to Kolasinac as well, man? He turned up in the second half, but what's happened to him? What has actually happened to my man? What has actually happened to Callum Chambers as well? It's like players are drinking something at this club. There must be something in the water, seriously, for us to move like how we're moving. Like I said, Östersunds were positive going forward. They were having a goal, man. Godot, arguably their star player, was trying to make things happen, was making lovely runs and things. Bellerin was getting stressed out throughout the whole game, more specifically in the first half. But in the 12th, 13th minute, he put a lovely cross in. And Bellerin does need to improve his end product. But he put a lovely ball in. Nobody gambling. There were several times today, nobody gambling, whether it was gambling on the cross, whether it was trying to get a little scruffy goal thing, like not the goals that are gonna make headlines, just off the shin or off the tooth or something. Like, it's just nonsense. We were getting caught again and again, and you have to give credit to Östersunds. They were fully Östersunds. I can't even say their name. They were fully on job. They were serious today, and they can take pride. I mean, let's not get twisted. They're out of the Europa League. This ain't Disney Channel, but they've come a long way for a team that I believe was formed in 1996 to beat Arsenal. Potter becoming the third English manager to do so, and all of these things, and these things. Credit to them. First half, back to the first half, they were on job. They were at it in 20th minute. They deserved their goal. At first, I thought it was a Chambers own goal because I saw the deflection. But I'm gonna give it to whoever they scored, man. They just went 1-0 up. Holding mistimes the jump. I don't know. One, who is telling him he's got time or letting him be aware? Where is the midfielders in that? Why is he even stepping out if he's not gonna make it, for one? Midfielders, Maitland-Niles and El Nene are good, to be fair, but I believe if not even the midfielders, just strikers, Wells is there. Wells is normally good with the tracking back. I could be wrong, but off the top of my head, I'm sure Wells was there. Could have cut that out. We're all sleeping, collectively sleeping. Ospina, you can't blame them goals on him, but I do think he could have done a bit better, just his positional sense looking back at it. But either way, it looks like a consolation, but it's 3-1. They're 1-0 up in this game, and I don't know for away. Well, I think it would have went straight to penalties. But at this moment, I'm thinking away goals, to be fair with you, because of us being in the Champions League for so long. So yeah, they're doing their thing. They deserve that goal. And typical Arsenal smashing, which we have seen versus Liverpool over the years. We saw Rashford do it a couple times away from home a few years ago. When we concede one, sharpshooter concede another. Shell shocked. Great play from my man, number 12 of Östersunds, whoever his name is, the black guy. I told you, look, from the first game, the first leg, what he's on. He was positive. He's direct. I saw a stat, and I heard the commentator actually say he hasn't scored in 16 games. That's his first in 16. That could be wrong, but I'm so sure I heard that. And if that's true, that's typical Arsenal to let my man score. Gets in. What has happened? We're 1-0 down. It's 3-1. What is the experienced players that are on the pitch saying to the rest of the players, or just saying in general, all right, let's calm down. We can get another goal. We're still through, but we need to pattern up. We can see the goal like seconds later. Literally, couldn't have been more than 60 seconds, a minute later. Couldn't have been. We're 2-0 down, and I don't want to say we're out of it. It's 3-2, but at this point, it's looking like a Disney Channel thing. A fairy tale could happen for Östersunds. And Arsenal have imploded before previously, and especially in Europe. So they probably fancy their chances. Like I said, they've got nothing to lose. More specifically, they're not respecting us. They couldn't give a crap how much these players are getting paid, how much caps they're getting. They're going at it. They're working hard. They're grinding. I think someone's head even got bust in the first half, and their head was bleeding, if I remember rightly. But going into half time, there's not really any quality from anyone on the pitch. Iwobi's trying, but it's stuttery. Everybody's just stuttery. Wells is non-existent. Wilshere's not having the best of games. The fullbacks aren't doing their jobs. The wingers, I mean, the centre halves aren't playing that particularly good. Keeper's not giving any confidence to anyone. It's just poor, and it's just arrogance to just think because we're Arsenal we can win this. And more specifically, what's more concerning, why is every man, even though we're all looking to Sunday, why is everyone got their eyes on Sunday? And even more concerning, if we play like how we did, specifically in that first half, the whole game, City, forget it. City will smoke us. City will smoke us. The big boys at City won't even score. Sterling, I gotta say, is a big boy for the agenda. Sane, all the men there won't even score. Don't let the puppies score. You might even see a Rebo score like Otamendi or something like that. It might just come forward and bang it. Who knows? Edison might even see Ospina and check at this rate. I don't know which one's worse, off their line and do something. But yeah, half time I'm thinking this is laxy-daisy. We're 2-0 down. This is laxy-daisy. This is non-Arsenal nonsense. We've invited unnecessary pressure, unnecessary nerves going into the game. I mean, going into the second half for us for no reason. We've got a cup final. In an ideal world, you would have liked, I don't know if you want to play some of these players or not. I know Wells, you would have given Wells 90 minutes because this was a chance to do so regardless. But who knows? If you want to bring off a couple players and think about Sunday, whether you actually want to play them or have a bit of chest, you could do that. Give the young players some of the time as well. I can't believe Eddie Nketiah being at this many goals down. I can't even believe, and the way we're playing, I can't believe he went on the pitch sooner. I can't believe Monreal as well, just on the basis that he seems to be our best attacking player going forward, man. I mean, he replaced Alexis Sanchez. Everybody knows he's our best striker at the moment. So on a banter thing, he could have come on. But no, we done well. Xhaka had come on. Bit harsh on, like I said earlier, a bit harsh on Maitland-Niles to get subbed, because I'm not saying he necessarily played any better than anyone, but I felt El Nene could have got clipped, could have made a statement. It's like he really thinks he's going to get dot wages if he passes the ball forward. But Xhaka, come on, to be fair, I can't even remember how we scored. But anyway, Siad Kolesi actually looks a shadow of his former self. Bless me, people. I don't know what happened to. I don't know what's happened to him. He was on fire as a monster. I don't know what Wenger's done to him or lost his source or what we're doing to him. He was terrible in the first half. Got savage. Him and Chambers got savage for the first goal. I forgot to say that. Absolutely savage. Shambles. Bellerin could have done better for the first goal if I remember rightly as well. But Cola's our best attacking outlet going forward in the first half. I mean, in the second half. Definitely when he scored. Can't remember how he scored. I'm too angry at this point to even care. Eventually, he puts it in. It's 2-1. The less said about the second half, the better. It's just more of the same. We're trying to score. We're doing duddery. Wilshere shot over the bar. Wolby shooting over the bar. Joe Willock's falling on the floor. I don't know why I'm going for the boots. It's just nonsense. Damn right nonsense. It's just damn right nonsense. So Wolby, I hope, regardless of what we think of his performance or how he's been playing, we don't want to see our players injured. I hope it looked like a hamstring. He came off. It looked serious. Hopefully, it's not a 3 week to a month or anything from 2 weeks to a month for that hamstring, and he can be at least in contention for the game on Sunday just to give us a bit of chest. But he doesn't look too good. A lot of these players, even if Iwobi's fit, let's be honest, he hasn't justified starting or been in the contention to start on Sunday, even on the bench. Wilshere, he didn't have the best of games. If Ramsey played like Wilshere, man would be digging him out. El Nene, you'll probably play, but you didn't have the best of games. Welbs, non-existent. You haven't scored in a minute since Forest. You've been injured. You're a shadow of your former. You're not the only striker here or attacking player here lacking confidence. But come on, it's a wing thing for Welbs or nothing. Some of the stuff he's doing, like in the 90th minute, when he done everything, for once, Welbs kept a cool head. The defender committed himself. I think he kind of went around him. Just keep composed, pick your corner straight into the keeper. If you're not clinical at this level now, at 27, 28, however old he is, 26, 27, 28, you're never going to be. You'd think at 27 he's got his peak ahead of him, but you're never going to be clinical. You're a good team player, but you're showing ultimately you can't be relied on, to be honest. It was just shocking, man, especially from the senior players. Because some of you want to start on Sunday, some of you want to be regulars. Chambers and Holding, you don't get a lot of football, and you were hung out to dry. But you were hung out to dry as you have been when we've got capitulated. But at the same time, when I was playing grassroots football, I hated heading, for instance, guys. One time I was playing 11 aside, I didn't want to head the ball. I misheaded it. I was hesitant. I was shook. I didn't want to header it. It didn't go my way. They ended up scoring. After that, I learned to pattern up. Now, if I can do that, having to go to school and do all of these things, you man are paid enough. Not that the money matters, but you man have enough free time. They basically do all the work for you, compile the DVDs. You just need to watch it. Do you not know what you're doing right and wrong? On top of that, do you not know as a baller what you're doing right or wrong? Like, surely, like, what's going on? You're not being coached. You're not being guided through the games. The experienced players are leaving you hung out to dry. But away from all of that, like, what's going on? Like, man are just happy. Man are just happy to play nice passes. Like, that's not all there is to being a centre half at this club. Like, the midfield options. Iwobi, you were trying. You done one lovely Cruyff turn in the first half. I tell you, man, the Cruyff turn is the best skill ever created. But I don't want to get onto Iwobi too tough, because on one hand you were trying to make things happen. You were running about. You were trying, and that's what you want to see from the team. If we're not moving mad and we're playing poor, you want to see, man, trying. But at the same time, the shooting, the passing, some of the decision making. Iwobi, what is it? You're getting a lot of chances. Like, you've played the last season and this season in periods. You played games, especially big games at times, that you really shouldn't have been playing. Like, and you're not justifying them. I like Iwobi. I don't think he can be a messed player. I believe he can be a good squad player for us. But at this rate, you're not deserving of that. Like, you're not playing like a man like that. And you clearly want to be a better footballer. But when you're there promoting your website and things midweek, it doesn't bond well. And on top of that, literally today, what did you see? The same centre-halves I'm talking about. Holding and Chambers, two centre-halves. Holding in particular, I've got a lot of time for, but it's running thin. Might have to shot that now. You're seeing them doing some nonsense on Arsenal, on the Arsenal channel player. The Arsenal channel player, like, Holding, go and watch it. It is quite funny prior to the game, but still, Holding's done up, masked up, and he's putting his hands in stuff, and he's having to guess it. Like, this is the nonsense that fuels the anger of the club. Like, we're putting more effort to doing that nonsense than being footballers. Like, we're pretending. Of course, let's not exaggerate. We're going through at the end of the day. We're still through. But there's some big teams in the competition still. You're seeing Atletico. You're seeing, I believe, Dortmund are still in it. You're seeing some big boy teams. Not only that, the teams you least expect be doing hits. Östersunds, you probably thought it was a routine. They played very poorly in the first 20 minutes at their place, and they patterned up and they beat us, and that can go down in folklore, to be honest with you, for them. It's a remarkable achievement. All I can say, credit where due away from Arsenal, because it wasn't just us who played. Each and every one of them 11 players for Östersunds and the subs committed performance. The strikers were working and giving our defenders problems. Midfielders working. Centre-halves commitment. You saw that there was one slide tackle. I can't lie, I'm an Arsenal fan, but it gassed me when Bellerin got slid. It was a big boy challenge and Bellerin kind of flew. I was like, mad, man. Like, I credit to them fans as well, coming how many hours and how many miles and all them sort of thing there, man. Shout out to the Swedish fans, man. I was looking at the analytics on my channel. Got some fans in Sweden, so shout out to you lot, man. But yeah, man, ultimately, it's not a Disney Channel thing. We're through. Östersunds are out. You play like this on Sunday, we're going to get finessed. There's not much more to be said. Guys, Deluded Gooner, YouTube's in Golo. I'm out.